I have to be very honest because uh, when you say 15 hours, CI/CD workflow in 15 hours is
Mhm.
it's possible, but it will not able to cover the in-depth. I have to be
Okay.
very honest. Okay, so I just don't want
Yes.
to give like a fake promise, like yeah, we can do it, and I don't want to
Mhm.
make you stuck in that because if you want to study about Kubernetes, you need
Mhm.
minimum 6 to 7 minimum. That's the minimum. I'm just saying because first you need to understand the architecture, how the
Mhm.
workflow, and also like you have to set up that environment, post that how the pods are running. That's something you require at least 6 to 7.
Okay.
Okay. And coming to like CI/CD workflow, when you're saying like Jenkins means I have to start with Git, GitHub. I have to start with that,
Mhm.
and I have to explain how the Git works. Okay, so that's for that I need at least 2 sessions. Okay,
Okay.
then coming to that Jenkins, I
Mhm.
need at least 2 to 3 sessions for that. And
Okay.
coming to Docker, so if you want to play with Kubernetes, for sure you need to know about Docker, how the Docker is working, and also
Yes.
you need to know how you can create your own Docker file.
Yes.
Okay, it's required at least a 4 session.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. Yes.
And creating pipelines in Jenkins and those things we have to play with Jenkins. Minimum it will exceed more than 15 hours
Okay.
because uh, I can teach you like bits and pieces, but it won't be like a complete. So when you're saying you're
Yeah.
preparing for your interview, it's like what is what only I can teach it. But if you want, if someone was like, so how do you find an issue in a pod? Or like how do you log into cluster? Or like I want access to the cluster. If that cases means that really you need to go with in-depth.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Pranav. So that's what I'm trying to explain you because
Mhm.
when you say fast track and 15 hours, this is the thing. If you want to learn only about Kubernetes, then 15 hours is yes, it's possible we can do that. But if you want like whole
Okay.
CI/CD workflow, that is something it exceeding those hours.
Mhm.
I have to be upfront on this because I don't want to give you the yes, we can do that, and later I cannot drag on because I know you will be running out of your time for an interview, but this is the
Mhm.
case.
Okay.
And
So
also, if
in
you
this,
want to, yeah, sorry to interrupt you. And in that case, if you have to include Ansible inside this, then it's required a minimum 3 classes. Because first you have to understand what is Ansible, how it is working, how to connect those machines. That's you required. Because what I'm trying to say is that you need at least the fundamental things to need to know what it.
yes.
So then only you can able to uh, troubleshoot or like you try to understand. So what is happening? If anything has happened, what you can do like
Mhm.
I'm just asking like in coming to interview because these days they're asking like how do you troubleshoot, what is the what might be the cause and how you fix it, what is permanent solution, like that blah blah blah. They will keep asking
Mhm.
because for that you need to know fundamentals how to do those things.
Mhm.
Yes, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We can I can definitely extend my time to the 30 hours that you have, or maybe extend even more, um just just so that I get an in-depth understanding with all of these tools. But I also know that there are people that um crack their interviews, right? And then they learn as they
Hmm.
go. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
So again, I just want to understand, get an understanding. Maybe we can just touch on, okay, in an this is if you are asked this in an interview, or you're asked a CICD pipeline which you've worked on in an interview, these are the things that you want to state, right? Just to get my interviews going while I'm still in class. I don't know if
Okay.
you understand that
No,
part.
I understood that, that the thing is that but one thing is that uh, if we rush the session, what will happen, you will miss most of the fundamentals. That's what I want to say again
Mm-hmm.
upfront, because if you prepare for just interview, for sure I will be missing the few fundamental things. Okay, if you're okay all for this, then you probably just check how it is working, because I again I'm saying, since you just want like 15 hours and like even more closer to that, something I have to be very honest on this, because
Mm-hmm.
based on the interviews you cannot prepare, but you can, for interview you can learn what is what, like you can go with question and answers which is available in the internet, you can go through that. But when coming to answer on that, you have to go uh, a bit as per the syllabus only. If you're okay
Okay.
for that, then yeah, we can discuss about the timings and other those details with them, and
Mm-hmm.
we can start session. You got my
Yeah,
point?
yeah, I totally understand your point. I
Hmm.
don't want to stop interviewing, right? Like I said, I don't want to stop interviewing to go to class.
No, no,
I
you can.
want I
That's,
can
that's
do I can
yeah.
I can learn the whole workflow. I can, like, if you give me, like, this is what comprises, if they ask you in a Jenkins workflow, these are the key things that you tell them. While I'm in class, I want to be able to have that workflow laid out, right? And then while I'm doing my, maybe I have to do a 30 session with you just to get it done. But like I said, I don't want to stop interviewing because I'm in class, because that's one of the things that, will either make me not to,
No, no, no.
not
You
to get.
can give you an interview. Okay, there is no restriction on that. Like what I'm saying
Mhm.
is that you can keep going with the interview. We can keep going with
Yes,
our classes. What I'm saying is
yes.
that based on the interview, some classes, or like if any topics, if you want to rush it, that's not possible, because we have to go in a flow. If you break the flow, let's assume that if you we are just taking going with an GitHub, and suddenly you want to go with like, no, I want like Kubernetes to learn now because I have an interview, I want to go. That's something
Mhm.
we cannot jump here and there. If we do that, it will just break the work flow, how it is
Okay,
CI/CD pipeline working. That's what I'm trying to say. That
okay. Well, let's go with the proposals. How long do you think it's gonna take so the 30 hours can work for us?
okay, so I will just suggest one thing.
Mhm.
The thing is that we'll start like for version controlling, we can go with Git or GitHub. Is like how to install Git in your laptop. From there, you will have GitHub in order to push your codes. And post, we'll go with Jenkins. In Jenkins, we will just go with like a couple of pipelines, how to do that. And we will just go
Mhm.
with the deployment. So deployments, we can jump into the EKS cluster. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so Ansible is something additional thing. So if you want to
Mhm.
include Ansible, that will take another 3 to 4 classes, because Ansible
Okay.
alone you have to understand that.
Mhm.
So before coming to the, do you have sort of this, have you knowledge or like any hands-on on like working on virtual machines? So because I just want to know that virtual machines means like, and you might have, you have told me that you're working on AWS or like something that. So have you worked on any EC2 or like virtual machines before that?
Oh, okay. Like provisioning virtual machines.
Yes.
Y- Yeah, I've provisioned several Amazon Linux,
Hmm.
Ubuntu. Yeah. So I've
Okay. Okay.
provisioned, I've launched those ones on the console, and I'm also looking at I'm working on like just being able to provision them on Terra, we're using Terraform.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Then if you are using Terraform, then I think Ansible, we can skip it out. Okay. So
Okay.
because you're using Terraform provisioning those things, Ansible is like standalone, but you can still add with CI/CD workflow. But because I just
Mm-hmm.
removing, because based on your interviewing things, so we'll just go with GitHub, and also
Okay.
like we will go with Jenkins and Docker. So we will have
Okay.
like Docker also, like basic how the Docker will work on creating your
Okay.
own image, and pushing your images to Docker Hub, and
Okay.
from there how you do that, and coming to Kubernetes, and Kubernetes like basic architecture. So when I say basic architecture, that's how the fundamental things used to work. So once
Yeah.
you totally aware of fundamentals of Kubernetes, then it is easy to uh, troubleshoot or like answer whatever things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those on top of that, we will just deploy application of the Kubernetes on top of Kubernetes application, and from we can access outside how it is working.
Okay.
Okay, is this syllabus is okay? Because there are so many tools are inside there, and when I say so many tools, there are like you might later you might come across like Agro CD and
Mm-hmm.
Vault. That as there are so many things, because I don't want to include
Yes.
that. Okay, because that's if you want to means that's it will just take another 3 to 4 classes, because
Mm-hmm.
everything I start with the scratch with you. Okay, so
Okay.
these are the topics I'm covering. I'm not covering any Agro CD. That's all separate. So
Okay.
is this fine?
Yeah, no, that works. I have
Okay.
Argo City listed on my resume.
Okay. Got it.
Oh
Got it.
dear. Yeah, no, that works. That works. That works perfectly for me. I just want to have the basic, and then I can add as we go.
Okay. And also, these classes include like whenever I complete with a session or two, what will in the end I'll be giving some labs means you have to do it on your own,
Mm-hmm.
and if you struggle with that lab, and you can come next day and you can ask me the queries, and I can help you on that, because
Oh,
those lab is
okay.
like in order to do the hands-on. So when I say
Yeah.
lab means it's not like you go and click on portal and do, like it's not like that. It is like a manual thing. I'll just giving like these are the 4 things you have to do it in your GitHub like that. So we have to
Mm-hmm.
follow that, and you have to do that. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, Bella. So that's it from my side. Do you have any queries?
I don't have no questions right now. I'm just ready to start. Can we start tonight? Can we start sometime today?
So tonight is not not possible. I'll just check with my coordinator, let you know. And coming to the timing, so timing it will just at least it will exceed 20 hours. Okay. I'm just trying
Mm-hmm.
to keep it closer to 23 to 25 hours based on
Mm-hmm.
this. If you're like, if you're able to pick up and you're very good, then we'll just complete as soon as possible. Or like, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just giving up to 25 hours on this.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Great.
Yes.
uh, can you discuss regarding the timings of the class? So that way it will be easy for Bella to make arrangement for the class.
Yes, Bella. So, for what time you are available?
Well, I'm available in like this time. I don't know what time or how it suits you. I know that you guys are in the evening, late in the evening right now. But at this time, I'm just trying to not work for a while, right? Where I can kind of put in more effort into this. So I'm available at this time. I'm available Mondays through Friday, weekend. So it just depends on you if you want us to. I want to be able to, for us to meet every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, that's my plan. I don't want no gaps. I just want to get this done. I've wasted a lot of time on this.
Got it.
Um,
Got it.
yeah, so I just want to fast track something. It's the 24 hours, whether we're meeting twice a day, I don't mind. I just want us to get this going.